Hello everyone, welcome to the Freedom Network. My name is Seanin Mouland. We are about to start a beautiful show with one of our previous guests, Nalinee Diosara of Remembering Love and Light Language. Now she is a very, very special person, one of the most beautiful human beings, and the energy that flows from her, being with her, frankly, just feels like a healing. She transmits light language. She also brings down beautiful, beautiful art, channeled art, with galactic representation and coding. She's based very far away. I can't remember specifically where, right? But she's just gorgeous in every way, shape, and form. And I am so excited to have her on the show this morning. I've just sent her the link, so it's going to be there in a second. I want to say thank you to everyone who's been supporting us and getting the shows out. I wrote a cheeky post this morning saying, if you're going to add me to a group, anticipate that I will be sharing videos, because I've been added to I think about 50 groups in the last couple of weeks, and I love being part of them, but please be aware that my purpose and my role here is to get the broadcast out and shared. So in every way, shape, and form, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be putting those videos out. So if you don't want me doing that in your group, please remove me. Thank you. There's only going to be a hassle otherwise, because I'm not doing anything else. I'm not doing anything else. So there's no time. So thank you to everyone who has been in support of us. Thank you to all of the group runners who have been engaged. Thank you to everybody who keeps sharing the videos. It means the world to us. I feel so blessed and thankful for the opportunity to work in this way with every single one of you, and for each of you as well. It does mean the absolute world to me. So if I am being a pain inside of people's groups, please just remove me. If I am not behaving in a way that is acceptable for the group's rules, please just don't keep me on there. Because these interviews are special. They're so special, and every guest matters a whole heap. And I can't wait to get Nalinee on. So I'm going to bring her on now. Ooh, let's see how she's been doing. I'm excited to hear everything that's been happening with her. Hello, Nalinee. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Your video is off, and so is your sound. So I'm just going to wait until you've changed the settings on that. You might have to come back in and go back out again. Oh, no, maybe there's a little flicker. There's a little flicker of activity. No, I still can't see you yet. Don't worry. No injurious panic. Right, so just maybe if you, yeah, there, I can see you now, right? And your sound is on. There we go. Beautiful. Hello, beautiful being. It is so good to
I can't hear you. Wait.
You can't hear me. Oh, no.
Oh, yes, I can.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Wonderful. I think I've been talking non-stop there for the first couple of minutes of this video, and no one can hear what I'm saying. Brilliant. I love that. Welcome to the show. It is so lovely to see you.
Oh, lovely to see you again.
Yeah. How have you been?
Roller coaster, eh?
Yeah. You've been very busy. There was a lot of travel again. I saw that. You were moving around. There was a trip, and you were going through a lot of purging, and some beautiful messages coming in yet again, perfectly aligned to this now, to everything that's been happening with the collective. I feel like you play quite an important role in reflecting everything that's happening with a lot of people. Right? I feel like you're deeply connected in that way. Like your experiences, your messages, they always show me things that I am not aware of, unconsciously bringing forward stuff I'm experiencing, making it clearer for me. So thank you for the beautiful mirror that you reflect, and how consciously and lovingly you hold it. Right? It is so amazing to have you here again, and to say thanks indirectly, because yes, it has been a challenge the last few months, but you've been nothing but a blessing, and it is wonderful, everything that you put out there. So where did you go recently? What's been happening? You were on a trip, I think, just after your last interview.
Yeah, we went up north to a little town called Bai, which is quite famous actually for hippies and those travelers who's drawn to nature, healing, vegetarian, veganism, etc., etc. And so it's just like a little town where there's a lot of rice field, and the whole town itself feels like a portal, heart portal.
Beautiful.
Fairies, dragons, and I'm actually having a unicorn hanging out in my garden. So
I love that. I love that. Wow. What an incredible connected energy that you've brought forward there. The elementals are very strong at the moment. I can feel so much and I'm experiencing so much. Obviously, I have to do a lot of work to get there, but when I do, there's nothing short of beauty, nothing but beauty coming forward, a lot of love and support. So I love.
Yeah, I mean the window of contact is just opening up, and all we need to do is get out our heads a little, relax, and you'll experience this subtle connection of multidimensional earth. I just want to express my gratitude to what you said in the beginning, because I've been swinging in doubts, in fear, but at the same time feeling this next level of new embodiment. It's like something is at the door and there's a new layer coming, opening up, new seeds being planted, they're sprouting, but yet again there's this old programming coming up. You know, I got to the point where I felt my legs were shaking. Got to the point where I just felt like I just want to curl up in bed again and cry, but that's just an old reaction. And I went deep in myself today with a lot of negative judgment, a lot of comparison. And we know that comparison has to do with externalization. Discernment has to do with that knowing of what resonates. And the programming of comparison still running around quite strong. And I don't like that. I'm like, oh God, why am I having this? So I went in deeper and I just heard this little girl voice saying that I feel I'm not good enough. You know, and I'm like, oh, so I place my hands on my heart and I'm here for you, I'm here for you, I'm here for you. And again, it's into the state of vulnerability, but yet very powerful and full of strength. So lots of love to everyone out there who's going through these kind of waves. And tomorrow's the full moon, and yeah, a lot of paradox gonna come up, a lot of darker light and mirroring and reflections going to come up. Yes. And I feel that this is all building up for us to remain in our center, yes, for what is going to come next year. And also to choose joy unconditionally, just like we're choosing love unconditionally. Yes. So thank you.
I feel that. I feel everything that you've shared. There's a beautiful experience though, and I'm going to describe it and see if this makes sense to you. This child aspect of wanting to hide and run away, of unworthiness. Yes, for me too. But like you describe, there's a bigger space, an even bigger space arriving within to hold that. On a soul level, I feel a new template integrating and anchoring that is very much woman and universal and galactic and strong in love and untampered with, not rocking, not strange to pain. Like I feel a strength within me. Yes, these experiences, and yes, that unworthiness, and is this enough? Am I enough? Am I doing everything I need to? You know, am I expressing as I should be? And it's very personal, you know, our journey of that is so personal. But I feel like there's an aspect of myself, which could be collective from what you've described, that is just embracing these parts now and knowing to hold them from a much stronger place. Like, so even in these experiences, there is more of this love. And for such a unique, special being on this planet, which you are, and I know so many people don't like that word, but I'm going to say it for you because it's just there, to come on and share, all of this in the way that you do, and to transmit with such love and consciousness in the way that you do, is so healing for me, for everyone else. It is a beautiful, beautiful gift because, yes, all of us, we're in this together. We're all affected, and we are all growing from a place of real love for ourselves, because that's where it all comes from, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what it is. And I feel, like you said, mother vibe, almost like midwifery, the lady taking care of one another. And it doesn't apply only physical feminine gender, it's also applying to everyone.
Yeah.
And I feel that we are being more mindful now, not to externalize too much, not to project too much, be more mindful that, hey, this is, the work inside. This is walking the talk. It's not about being glamorous. It's not about having our faces out there and be famous or anything like that. It's a work. And yeah, things been coming into my head like 24/7 kind of work, and things just comes up along like a buffet line where everything is it's just in clarity of the things that we still gotta work through. But it's a process of self-mastery. It is, and it's all returning into being humble. I feel this word is so easy to say. Walking the humble path is not easy, but we doing it.
Yeah, yeah. And I love that what you've said. It's a process of self-mastery, which has given ourselves such vast respect for that process. Because a lot of my program, a lot of my struggle, Nalinee, is about knowing that there is a process and judging myself for that. A lot of it is, I should be over this by now. This should not be coming up again. I am very hard on myself. And a lot of our projection, I feel, a lot of the externalization comes from that place of trying to avoid that feeling. Where it's like, oh, this is me. Yuck.
It's gooey.
Yeah, and what is so beautiful to me at the minute is that I'm seeing so many beautiful people just like yourself that I deeply respect, honor and process right now. Like there's like Hand of Hannah. Don't know if you know Hannah. Hannah is like a source code activator. She's sharing her process. Someone, if you've got Hannah under there, please tag her. You've been honest with it, all of it. And I can see Haley Lynn was another one going through it. There's so many of us being with all of our tools and all of our skills and all of our expression now. And it is a collective loving, right? Where it's like we're all here. And do you still get those moments when you share from that place of real vulnerability about the process of self-mastery, and then, oh, you want to hide because you did it? Do you still get
I mean, I this constant negative judgment that comes up. Oh my God, am I sharing for love and admiration? Oh my God, am I doing this right? Oh my God, this and that. But the key is spontaneous flow.
Yeah.
Whatever we feel like doing, just do it and leave it. It's the discipline of the mind. I'm beginning to notice more how it's getting easier, how my mind dwell into, oh, what if she thinks, what if he thinks, and what if this, what if that, and just let it go, Nalinee, let it go, come back, move on, do something else, be in your breath, keep going, keep creating. Don't feed the power into these distractions. And I'm beginning to notice too that I can differentiate a lot more clearer now whether I'm feeling and processing another people's thought or the collective energy that's rising, that's being purged. So negative judgment that perhaps you're going through, or perhaps anyone who's listening that going through, take a moment and feel, really discern whether it's something of yours or something of the collective consciousness that's being released and you just experiencing it. If something that repetitive, something that sounds like your old personality, is probably your own. But if it's something that sounds like, wait, really? Discern it a little. I feel that helps.
Yes, important. I love that. Making the connection between what is rising, that is old, and the collective frequency. Very, very necessary.
Yeah, my friend has a word. We have a word, junk energy of Bangkok. I have a lot of this in my head, and he will be like, oh, there's junk energy in your head. I'm like, oh, thanks.
Yeah, that's good. Because I saw junk DNA. Like, yes, huge. Like, I love that. And I love that you have this community. Do you have quite a strong community around you of people who...
I'm a hermit at heart. People I know here in Bangkok in person, a very small group, and many of them doing their best to get me outside my house. I'm going out tomorrow night to meet new people, and that also trigger anxiety.
Yeah.
It's just, it's just, to think about it, it's just so silly. I'm a full-grown adult. Why am I scared of meeting new people?
No, same.
But yeah, with people online in different location, very connected. And I feel that it's just how I am. Some people meant to be hand-to-hand physical connection. Some people meant to be doing things online first. I don't think there's no right or wrong. But it's a wonderful thing. Internet is that representation of how we are able to connect telepathically without being in the same room physically, without being in the same country physically. And I honor that.
Yeah. And there's this wonderful relationship that we get to have with ourselves. And I believe so many of us who are in that, like as you say, the hermit archetype, like me, right? I am relearning how to be myself every day through the internet. I'm learning more of me. So when I do show up outside my house, which doesn't happen that much, I've done the work to be the fullest expression of me. And I really honor the sacred nature of how we create and connect here. It is sacred. And
It is. I have lost a few people along the way, and it was due to me not being mindful as well. But I learned from those lessons. And I feel that many of us in this moment of time, looking back, totally different people. Even looking at the photos from last year, the feeling from our face, from our portrait is just different. And I feel that this is what we're breaking. Another habit that we are breaking is stop identifying ourselves from the past, because in reality, we're creating everything from this moment of now. And what we are learning to take this opening of parallel dimension of contact is to learn to tap into whatever it is, a version of us that inspired us to move forward. There's probably galactic version of you, galactic version of me. There's probably a medicine women version of us that is timeless, that we are anchoring and embodying. And I feel that is what we are focusing on. That is what beneficial for us to step outside the old energy that plays out.
yes, and it is so very beautiful to hear that. to recognize and connect with that on such a deep level. Because if I can, so many will. Our changes are, they seem very subtle, but they are huge now. I feel like each wave is bringing deeper and deeper integration of a more true self. And it brings me to tears sometimes when I think about that. And I feel called to almost celebrate that integration, you know, like, wow, look what we're doing. It's beautiful. I can't believe it. Like, yes,
it melts you.
yeah.
That state of realization. I mean, when I sing, when I do my session, when I hold cacao ceremony or any kind of gathering, and I get this vibration within the body, you know, when you deliver a message that resonates to your soul, when you're doing something that is deep alignment with your soul, you just start to cry. You're like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a blessing.
It is. What an interesting time too, because I just said to my friend this morning, my friend Dr. Joe, he's the cheeky one from Liverpool. We were talking this morning, and I said to him, I said, I feel a different template anchoring. I feel an old child self truly, really no longer being needed. The inner child is not a narrative I need to play in anymore. Like, I feel mother, ancient feminine, ancient medicine woman, as you say, coming in and fully owning herself and not questioning herself anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What comes up a lot is that it's not just allow the inner child to come up in some scenario, but it's also that merging of the mother and father within, re-educating the inner child, allowing the inner child to grow. And that's an energy of this year. Mother, father, and child. The triad energy. And it's interesting what's next year going to bring. 2020, frequency of 4, it could be many things. And I'm staying away from prediction at this moment because I just want to fully be in the now. I do also keep my eye out for astrology forecast, just a little. Anything that resonates, that I can use it to my own advantage, but I do not like anymore to look deep into what's going to happen next, anything can happen. Yeah, anything. Geez, you can have a unicorn in your garden, you know?
Yeah. I love that. Like, that's the best thing. Nalinee, that's the best opening I've ever had on an interview ever. Like, you're so magical. I can see unicorn. I'm like, oh, cool. I love it. Like, I want one. I have a black wolf following me around at the moment.
Oh,
yeah, it's a beautiful wolf, like a beautiful, protective wolf. And I never made the link until I said it just a second with me being pregnant and the wolf now. Right. So that kind of makes sense. I'm like, okay, some kind of energetic animal spirit connection, protection, whatever. There's something I want to ask you, right? Because you can help me understand this. The energetics of the work that you do, the interdimensional connections that you have, does that take, is there a certain discipline to those experiences that you have to apply? Or is that something that is very natural for you? How does that happen for you in your reality? These relationships.
First is the practice of neutralizing yourself. And you can do it every day, 5 minutes a day. It doesn't have to be strict. You can use mantra, you can use anything that you feel drawn to as a tool. For me, it's just breathing. And yes, sometimes I whip up cacao, sometimes I whip up a bit of plant medicine, this and that. But it's the core of centering yourself first. just to remove the focus from the push and pull of the logic mind. Just inhale and feel the focus around the head area and just bring it down as you exhale through the heart and into the belly. And inhale again and just allow the belly to expand. Feel the belly moves as you inhale and exhale. And that grounds, that anchors me. And I'm aware that there are many techniques out there. You can do whatever it is that resonates with you. That's the core of channeling, and I feel that should be a core of anyone who's about to embark healing practices as well. To master the mind, to discipline the mind, to discipline yourself first. Because, it can get messy if we are not aware of our belief systems and the messages come through based on our negative judgments or prejudices towards the world and others. That can be dangerous.
Yeah.
So I hope that helps. Anything else?
It really does. Like the expression that we are all of it is a true one. So when we channel, we have the potential to channel many different aspects of ourselves, because that's all there is here. And when we are dedicated to that centering practice, the divine of us, the sacred of us, becomes almost normalized, because we're looking through the heart, right? And
and like you said, it's a natural process, channeling.
Yeah.
Centering, grounding, neutralizing is important, especially when energy high, amplifying. Sometimes we feel sway and ungrounded, and it's all fun and games, but centering and be mindful, that's the practice of being a balanced human being.
Yes.
And yeah.
That's a huge thing for you, because of how much you work with and how much you do here. Like the work that you bring through is so detailed and so beautiful and highly activating. My husband did not get a backdrop of yours for my birthday, but he is getting poked now for Christmas. It's like, I need to go to Nalinee and get me something. I want to get it over here. I want you to be behind me when I do shows. That's my plan. I want you to be here when I do shows, because your work is so incredible. It's your galactic connections that fascinate and expand. They make me feel alive. I have had only this year relationship to the galactics. So like when I see your work, it's like, I feel just the whole of my body I just feel so light. Like I just feel light. Like everything that you bring down here is necessary and beautiful. What have you been working on recently?
A personal painting. I took a break from costume painting because it was taking a toll on my posture and my shoulders. And I'm posting the progress. It's every time in ayahuasca and with intensity of cacao, I always feel myself shape-shifting into black jaguar. And also this painting representing a parallel self of me. She always come as a little girl, but then she does have a grandmother aspect and a woman aspect with her. And again, that medicine woman presence. And this painting is not just offering plant medicine or external medicine, but it's also about me being aware of my internal medicine and offering what is beneficial to others and to me, to the world. And I always, remind others who resonate to my path that it's crucial to be aware of your inner medicines in all of your cabinet, the hatred, the resentment, the love, the joy, the judgments, all levels. Be aware of them so that by choice we can choose what we bring out. And I feel that that is the next movement of healers. That is the next movement of self-mastery.
That powerful selection, creating from pure and complete consciousness. Frequency.
Yep.
Yeah, beautiful.
Would you like a transmission?
I would love a transmission. How did you know? Thank you, Nalinee. Beautiful.
Okay. So just inviting everyone. You can lie down or you can sit up, doesn't matter, as long as your spine is straight. Breathe in. And now, in your own rhythm, in your own natural pace, bring the focus through your breath into the heart and into your belly. Inhale and allow the belly to stretch, to expand, to move outwards. Exhale, contract gently and release. Feel the love and the light from the heart. Engage the imagination, engage your pineal gland. See the light, the sphere of light that we are, connecting as web of light. Breathe and feel the root, feel the feet. Breathe and feel all that we are, from feet up to head. Let us tune into our DNA with our imagination, as imagination is the conduit of our higher self. Tune into a multi-dimensional beings of our DNA codes, our guides, our parallel selves, the highest potential. Invite them. Mani nanasiya hosoyo. Within each of our bubbles of light, we are journeying through vast space with other bubbles of reality. Imagine the highest potential of yours, the one that aligns with the excitement of the heart, aligns with joy. Mama siana hoya sayani hoya so. Welcome the template of the higher self that is within us. And breathe into the center of the solar plex, center of power, center of self, which is shifting rapidly in this moment of time as we rearrange our belief system, as we continue to redefine ourselves with love, with gratitude. Feel the central sun. Mani asayu, the sun that illuminates all, both light and dark, highs and lows. And we are welcoming brighter star of Sirius. Any of the old judgments, let them go to your guide. For your vessel, for your beings are now making room for the new era, the new chapter of yours, the new authentic self. Take a moment to feel the root, the tailbone of the spine, the womb center. So much love, so much potential in this space. Let us give thanks to all challenges. Let us give thanks for this moment of now. Let us give thanks to all reflections and teachers, sending love to earth. Feel the connection of our root with earth's core. Imagine us as pillars of light joined together and send gratitude and love spread all to Gaia. For within differences, there's similarities. For within parallel dimensions, we are connected through love, through peace, through gratitude. Mo sayonai. So just take deep breath. Feel the body. Feel this physical space and vessel. And thank you.
So beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
All of the work that you do that brings forward for me, always Lyran connection, always. I have such a strong Lyran connection. And just now through that experience, I was inside of many colors, like loads of blue, loads of gold. And then I was in front of a sphinx, right, in Egypt, which is interesting. Because the last few weeks, it was all the frequencies I was picking up were closer to home. I just went traveling there, and it was so amazing. These transmissions. How did it all happen? When did you just, was there a moment when these transmissions started to come? Did we talk about this before?
I can't remember, so let's just do it again. It came through curiosity. There are people out there, few people that I listened to, and I was like, wow, how did they do that? And I'm always an awkward child. I am not, my Thai is not 100% legit, and my English is not 100% legit. Other languages just like, so rolling with such a freedom of being able just to play with your voice, and knowing that it creates space for yourself and for others is just a gift, and a gift that each of us have, and it's by choice to ignite that or not. It's simply a tool. It's simply a tool. And yeah.
Beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's transportation every time, just away. But I'm interested in that Sphinx. I'm going to go back and ask about that. It's like, why did I go there?
Ask because ancient Egypt has been beaming quite a lot. And when you spoke about the wolf, there's connection with the canine of Sirius. And when you spoke about the mother, there's this goddess that came into mind, awareness, called Sobdet,
Yes.
which she has a 5-point star on her head, and she's representing the brightest star of Sirius.
Yeah.
And she comes in the beginning of the year in January, the rise of the Nile. And I feel that with this mother energy of goddess Sobdet, is going to bring up a lot of midwife energy, assisting us in transitioning of what still we are working away and removing ourselves from.
That's perfect. All of that aligns. All of it. All of it. That makes so much sense. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Beautiful. And the experiences that we spoke about last time, the cacao, it was very interesting to me. I've been tuning into my child and asking if there's any medicines, if there's any foods that they would like me to engage with. And the answer I got was cacao. And I was like, wow, can I do that pregnant? So straight away on to Google going, is this a thing? Right? It turns out I can. So I've been having every day for the last week with organic milk. So it's not, and sometimes medicinal, like just before meditation time. And I feel like really connected to it. Like before I didn't. I used to have a big pile of it and I would not know what I was doing. Whereas now I'm like, yeah, this has been asked for. I've been called to this. Very interesting. And also what you said to me yesterday, Mama Cacao, right? Very feminine.
Do you take full? How many grams do you take when you're pregnant?
It's 1 cup a day, and there's only 2 teaspoons inside of organic.
So that's a low dose. Good.
Not too much. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm not. I've done my research, but it's that little bit because it feels so good for me, and it feels like a medicine I can have right now. There's so much. Plants are very important to me, right? And there's so much of it that I can't connect with. So I really.
There's a Mayan tribe in Guatemala. The midwives will bring out cacao to pregnant women who's almost giving birth to build their strength.
Wow.
Yeah, and I've read this information is brought through other people.
Yeah.
They went to the tribe and they bring out the information to the modern world. They also say that asking hands in marriage, the couple will bring out cacao and drink together and talk about their future.
Isn't that beautiful? Ceremony. Wow. Ceremony plays a big role in your life, yes?
Yeah, it's not, to me, ceremony or ritual is a type of programming. It programs your mind, it programs your body in a positive way. Yeah.
Oh, gorgeous. I love it so much. And you are still working with cacao for others locally, yes?
Yeah, it's not well known yet because, well, me being a hermit as well. But I honor a small group. I honor a small space. It's more intimate, and when there's heavy purge, a lot of emotional purge, sometimes physical purging, I can handle. If it's a big group, big space, then I will need a hand.
What advice would you give to those who may be open to or opening to either plant medicine or ceremony for themselves? Because it's a very sacred thing, and I would love to
Know that, sorry, know that when working with ceremony setting, plant medicine setting, there's 3 phrases. There's pre, during, and post, and these are important. The pre is when you feel the call. You start doing research about ayahuasca, about certain medicine, about certain tool, about cacao. That's when the spirits start calling. The during is when you drink, whether alone or whether in group. And this during phrase is when you align with your intention that you bring into the ceremony as a focus, what you're going to work with. Whatever you released, whatever inspiration you receive, you make mental note or you write physical note. And the post is the integration. I have met quite many of people who has high potential, but not enough integration.
Right.
And this is when they're stuck in a cycle of doing more, and not getting anywhere.
I see.
So 3 phrases with plant medicine or any kind of medicine, any kind of ceremony really is to be kept in mind. Second is that really choose who you're going to sit with. The energy of the person, of the facilitator, or curanderos or shamans, medicine person is as important as the spirit of the medicine itself.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like crystal, you know, you can put anything into this and give it to another person. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Take your time, use your intuition, really feel right with the people and the space that you are sitting with. That is the most crucial thing. And yeah.
You work with people individually too, don't you? You do, yeah. Do you see any patterns with the heart right now? You see a lot happening with the heart and others.
At the moment, a lot of sadness is released. And again, it's nothing new. It's something that's been triggered for a while. The heart, sadness, grief. But then again, another flip side is the learning to be aware of that heart and pineal gland connection. And not just that, it's these connection with the sense of self, creative force, and the root. So that grief has many reasons. Also, it can link to self-worth. And again, this is a running current theme. Self-worth, self-love.
Yeah. And so much of that, I feel like there's something running in me lately, a lot to do with identity. Like we talked about at the start of the show there, but almost deeper than this, where all of the things, aspects of myself that I had embraced as part of my spiritual nature are integrated now. I am not identifiers. I feel like there's a shedding of attachments.
Yes.
To things. Are you experiencing this for yourself?
Definitely. Even it's an ultimate path of non-attachment. You can have layers of identification. You can call yourself master healer, a channeler, or whatever it is. But then at the end of the day, you're just going to learn to detach from that because things are changing so quickly. And I feel that if we continue to hold on to what we learned from yesterday or from last year, sometime we're going to miss out. And that has been my challenge as well, because I feel that that's the Lyran energy that I'm learning to transform, that sense of righteousness, that sense of arrogance. And this is one of the words that I don't want to use on myself, but to be honest, we all have this within us, that sense of what I've learned is the only right path. You know?
My experience is the best one. You're the only one I hear talking about this so directly, right?
Oh, I make fun of myself.
But it's so beautiful, right? It's so beautiful. Like you carry these codes through with humility. And the thing is, we can't hold reverence, devotion, deeper wisdom until that humility is integrated. And that journey that you're on is very powerful. Like, and it is beautiful that this comes up, because that over identification with what is essentially the ego, whether spiritual or personal, is something I think we are all starting to zero point, like, and it's community, it's connection that seems to be doing that for me anyway, like, it's beautiful to sit here and say to myself, yes, there's so many more people than just me. And yes, there is so much more I need to learn. And yes, I can be wrong. And yes, I can ask questions. It's deeply humbling to sit here with you, with other people, and have my questions rise up in my throat and actually witness that, witness the things that I have yet to learn and yet to embody. And it's so beautiful. And I am grateful, for you, because of this candid expression of that humility being sacred, that necessity for us not to be attached to our truths or to any part of ourselves, because I am not able to ask questions unless that humility is there, either in myself or in another person. Like, I can't put myself in that vulnerable place unless someone welcomes me with their own softness.
I mean, I'm still learning the balance, because you do still do not want to compromise.
Yes.
Where you are, where you're at, but at the same time, you just want to be a bit open and see what comes in you can use to your advantage or not. And I feel that there's another junk energy in Bangkok as well, where there's so much pride in politics, in government, in corporation, even in New Age community. There's just so much proud, and it's not a bad thing, but when it goes towards the extreme side, it can be an egoic journey.
Yeah.
It can be, and we all need to be mindful of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
The performance, especially for me, like, it's something I'm learning to.
You're doing beautifully, eh?
Thank you.
You are.
Thank you. Oh, well, this has been so perfect. So I always love hanging out with you. It's always a gift. And someday I hope to come where you are, because I love where you live and I love everything about it. And my husband and I have spoken about this many times. I've said, if we're going anywhere, can we please go to Bangkok and Thailand? Can we go live there for a little while? And he said yes. So someday, manifestation of this friendship can be real, I hope, because I'd love to be. And I will interrupt your hermit space.
We can be two hermits sharing the cave.
Yeah, we just not speak light language all day long. But yes, it's always a pleasure to have you. Now, for those who are brand new to you, and there's a few people here, how do they reach you? How do they connect with you?
My Facebook is Nalinee Diosara, or my proper page is Remembering Love and Light Language. My website is soulconnectionsnalinee.com. You can find everything that I offer online and also in Bangkok there.
Beautiful.
And I'm going to text you. Please check your message for your address. I'm going to send you a little gift.
Oh, thank you.
Let me put this on air so you check your message.
I will check my message. Sorry, I'm rubbish with my messages.
No, I understand you're a busy lady.
Oh, thank you, Nalinee. It's been a pleasure yet again. And I hope to talk to you again in the new year. See how you are doing. It's been a gift. My beautiful friend.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I'll see you again soon. Bye, guys. This is Nalinee Diosara. Her truth is our unity, so can we please keep sharing it? I will see you all later this evening with Angelic Jeanette. Bye-bye.